What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We have the Texans franchise today, episode 28, and this is the week 17 matchup against the Tennessee Titans, who are currently one game behind us. We are tied with the Jaguars at 9-6 for the top of the South. So this game now becomes pretty much a must win because we don't know what's going to happen with the Jags, and the Titans are right on our tail. We have this game and the Bears left before the playoffs, and if we can pull this game off today, I have a feeling we lock ourselves into the playoffs, and I'm not quite sure what the situation becomes if we fall to second place. Is there enough teams below us that we will still be good enough for one of the wild card spots? Like I said, this is a must-win game, and we know what this team is going to bring. They got Derrick Henry. You see him there, 97 overall. He had 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns so far on the season, and we have seen him do some damage to us defensively in the past. So today, we definitely have to be on our toes about the run game. Let's take a look at the roster quick before we get to the weekly strategy. The Titans are also led by a young quarterback, a second-year man named Dennis Young, 6'2", 234. He's just 74 overall. And still normal development, so definitely not the best quarterback that we've had to face so far, which could be a good sign for us, which means we can hopefully really dive in and just focus on stopping the run this week and stopping Derrick Henry. He's going to be a beast. He's going to make us pay for a lot of things. We have to be ready for that. Looks like they have a rookie, Marcus Acosta, behind him, 5'10", 196, 95 acceleration. So that will probably be somebody we could see in some formations like the third down roll. At receiver, they have Brandon Ayuk, the former 49er. Surprised to see that he did not stay with the 49ers, though they did have a lot of contracts to pay, so it makes sense that they had to let somebody go. Him, Treylon Burks, Robert Woods, rookie Dylan Linton, another rookie, Frank Rogers, and a third rookie, Colin McGee. So not the best receiving core, but they do have some playmakers and some young talent on this team. And then at tight end, it's Austin Hooper, followed up by Okonkwo. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. I know he was a beast this year in real life. Well, I shouldn't say a beast, but he definitely performed better than I think what expectations were. So he should be a focal point for them moving forward into the future. The left side of this line is really stacked. Jedrick Wills comes over. They also still have Taylor Lewan, Ben Powers. They drafted Trevor Beasley last year. Looks like he is currently out with an injury. He'll miss this week. We'll be back next week. Andre James at center. Dylan Redunz at right guard. And then another second-year guy, Skylar Stewart, at the right tackle position. You have to assume that given Luan still on this team, that he is going to be starting either at left tackle or right tackle, so that way they don't have to rely on the second year man, but we will see how that plays out. He is a day one starter, so we might be seeing a young right tackle for Grenard to go up against. On the defensive side of the ball, James Houston and Jeffrey Simmons here for the defensive end positions. Tart and Gallimore are in the middle, and they have a familiar face. Thomas Booker is their third defensive tackle. Jason is the outside linebacker, along with, Cunningham is hurt. So it's going to be on Chance Campbell and Josh Burnett, a second-year man, both sub-70s, to man the middle linebacker positions. Cunningham is going to be out until the playoffs if they're able to make it. And then, of course, Harold Landry on the right side of that linebacker group. Corners, not a very good corner group here. Christian Fulton, Caleb Farley, Roger McCreary, and Elijah Molden. Nobody above an 80 overall. That should be good for us. We should be able to get some good plays off, hopefully through the air. Kevin Byard is still here, so we got to watch the deep ball. And Amani Hooker, who is also a pretty good safety at only 26 years old. So it looks like we might fare best in the short passing game, or even the running game if we can get past their initial line of defense here, which doesn't seem to be the best outside of Simmons. We could be in for a pretty good day on the ground if we so choose. So of course, because of that, we are going to go with our weekly strategy of defending the inside run. because that's just really the only thing we need to do. We can't let Derrick Henry go off again. On the offensive side of the ball, it says throw it short, which I'm really not against, considering the corners are not the best and their linebacking core right now is injured and maybe just not the best overall. It looks like they do a lot of blitzing, which does give me a little hesitation with calling throw it short because of the pocket collapsing a little bit quicker under here. I feel like maybe we should do running inside, because most of our runs are designed to run inside. And I do feel that that might be our best bet to really... We saw some flashes out of Pierce last week, and we didn't get much to see of Sweet. So I'm going to roll with the hot hand right now. It's going to be Pierce, and we'll see. But I think I want to do the run inside, because I think if we can establish that ground game against that front seven, and then that's going to leave that secondary really out there by themselves to try and defend. And I think we have some good matchups for our receivers. So let's go run inside. And then for the weekly goals, I think we definitely have to win the turnover battle. I think 300 yards offensively is a good spot to be. I would love to say 14 points. You know what? No, we're going to go 14 points or less. I think we can do some damage. If we can contain the run, there is a solid chance for us to be able to hold them to minor points, considering the quarterback is only a 74. He doesn't have any abilities, and he's a very young quarterback. And then on the weekly game plan, I think we have to make some pressure here. I think we got to get after the quarterback and really make him uncomfortable. So we're going to go sack the quarterback 5 times. Now that the training is done, we know the team we're facing. The last thing we got to do before we get into this game is I do want to take another look at the players ready to negotiate and see if there's any other guys that we want to offer contracts to. We already know the situation with Fletcher Cox. This guy is getting me mad. So let's see if Gillikin has changed his tune a little bit here. Previous offer, we gave him 3 years, 1.9 mil salary with a $1 million bonus. So the last thing I'm thinking is doing the very player-friendly option. I mean, you are a punter, dude. Like, let's not pretend that you are anything other than a punter. Like, you are getting a good contract here. 4 years, almost 13 million. Like, maybe I can do 1.3 for the bonus, you know? Let's make it a solid 14 over 4 years. I mean, if he takes this, we are then set for the next 4 years at punter. So this is what I'm going to offer him. If he doesn't want to take this, I think we're going to have to get a different punter. And there it is. Now he's happy. Okay. After thinking about it, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Robinson hit free agency. He's been a good player for us this year, but I really need to see what we have in guys like Redmond and Broussard, if we know they're going to be guys that we can count on going forward, or if we have to bring somebody else in. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to let Robinson hit, and then we are going to offer Blacklock another contract to be that third defensive tackle for us and be that fill-in in case, we need, due to injury or something like that. So he wants 1 year, $5 million. I'm not against that for a neutral offer. So what we'll do is I'll just do this. I'll give him exactly what he's looking for. Actually, I'm giving him more than what he's looking for. Here we go. We'll do this. So I'm going to offer him a 1 year deal for 5.1. It's a little bit above what his expected value is. He's got high interest, so I don't believe this is going to be an issue for a re-signing. And then we at least lock up we have 3 D tackles for sure under contract, at least until the end of next season. There we go. He went ahead and signed. Still not 100% sold on Joseph quite yet. Looking at his card, he seems to be pretty solid. The only thing I'm a little concerned with is his play rec has never come up. Neither has his awareness, and both of them are very, very low. And it appears that a lot of his speed and acceleration are really holding up his overall. Because even if you look at the coverages, he's got 78 man, which is decent, but then his zone is only 74. I just don't know if it's worth signing him to a deal bigger than the one here. It looks like he wants 3 years, almost 11 million, which would be just shy of 4 a year, which, I mean, honestly, isn't that bad of a deal. But if he's 24 now, are we going to be able to get his awareness and his play rec up enough to make his overall stand out? Now, he does have the speed, which is something I really do like. So I'm not saying I'm not going to sign him here, but I also have a feeling we're going to have a hard time getting him to take what his expected value is because his interest level is so low. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer him the neutral medium risk, right? Because this is his expected value. And given that he's here with us, I'm going to make it 11.4 instead. So it's a little bit more bonus than what his expected value is stating he should get. And if he takes that, awesome. If he doesn't, we're going to have to revisit in the offseason once I see the last couple of games from him. And he takes it. So that works out. We get him for about 11 million, 11.5 million. And he's got here for 3 years. So now once we lose King at the end of the year, we at least know there's somebody decent here, depending on how the offseason goes with our corners. Now, Collins wants close to 4.5 a year, which I don't think is a bad offer. But we offered him 2 years and gave him much more. If you look here, 11 million. So we already offered him 2.5 million more over his asking price, and he did not accept it, which has me a little concerned that maybe he wants to go somewhere else where he can get more playing time, which wouldn't exactly be, unexpected. He's played well. He's a 76. He's 25. He's got to do something now if he wants to be, a top 3 receiver. And I just don't know if he's going to have that option here between Poe coming through. Slayton has been here. He's our number 1 right now. And of course, Walker, who's already surpassed him or at least tied him in overall. And we know he's going to keep getting better because Walker is a hidden dev. He knows that he's not going to be anything more than a 4th here. Plus, we have Mechie and Dahl still on the roster. So I'm going to offer him one last one. I'm just going to up the bonus a little bit here, 11.4. But if he doesn't take this, I don't know if I can offer him something more considering where he's going to be on the roster. And looking at it from the player standpoint, does he even want to stay here, given the fact that we know and he knows he's not going to be anything more than a wide receiver 4 with, limited snap count. So let's see what he says here. All right, so he did take it. Perfect. So now we have Collins, which I do like because I love Nico Collins. I think he's a good player. He's just getting passed up by the guys that we've got already. But now we can continue to use him on our 4 receiver sets. And as we know, he's very reliable. For the rest of these guys, I think it's just going to be a waiting game. I don't plan on bringing back Fletcher Cox or Robinson. I do think it's time for us to move on to the guys that we've drafted the last couple of seasons. Same for Obo. I don't know if we'll be bringing him back. It's going to depend on what his overall looks like and what he wants in free agency. I don't want to fight over him with another team. And I feel like there's somebody that we could bring in, whether it's a younger guy in free agency or even draft a mid to late round guy that can come in, fill in, and just be that rotational player for us. Another thing too is, if you guys watched the Viking series, I ended up trading for Kevin Menical, who was like this. He was almost like a do-it-all defensive end. He was big enough to technically play inside, but he was good enough in the finesse and the power game to be able to really play anywhere. And we don't really have that on this team, and I feel like it's something that I want to bring to this team. So this would be a good opportunity for us to try and find one of them in this offseason to try and grow, So I don't think we're going to be bringing him back. Trey Hopkins, I just think there's better options, younger, whether it's drafting or even free agency. Antoine Brooks, he might be a guy we bring back, but given his interest level, I want to see what the market looks like. And Jerry Jacobs, he's already 25. I'd rather bring in somebody else, maybe with a little bit better upside. And so I think now at this point, we are done offering contracts to all players since we had so many just re-sign with us. So yeah, that's pretty much the kibosh on re-signs for the rest of the season. We are still rolling with the same setup, but I did go ahead and change our defense to the Jets because the Jets run more of a cover 3 look than they do a cover 2 look, and I really want to try and get away from that situation we had last week. Whether I don't know if it's necessarily an exploit, but it is a weakness, and it's something that it's apparent we cannot adjust to. on defense, and I just don't want us to be in that situation. So I'm hoping by us switching up what kind of defensive play calling we're getting, we can avoid that at least more, because last week was just too much. It happened 3-4 times, and every time the same outcome happened. We just cannot be playing football like that, and a lot of it has to do with the last update, which is why I also had to update some sliders, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and roll with the Jets defense. I've been testing this one off field, and it's got the 5-2 formation, which I think is a really cool setup as well. So we'll get to see what that looks like today. On the road again in Tennessee, our final division matchup of the season. And I preached on it before this game. I talked about it last video. It's going to be a big matchup. And it's all really on Gilbert right now, because we've seen some flashes of some turnovers, some of that more so because of the sliders and the updates, but we need to see some stepping up here by Dylan Gilbert. Can we cement ourselves into the playoffs today against Tennessee? And these Titans are ready, man. I got them in the baby blues. We get to see the new quarterback for the first time playing him, and obviously we should have some good battles going forward. And looking at the year, 65 completion percentage, 8.6 yards an attempt. So not exactly a bad day, and he's got some good weapons now with Brandon Ayuk. It's going to be a good test for our corners. And also our receivers going up favorably against the DBs of the Titans. Here we go. Kicking off on defense. Young, the new quarterback, coming out. 36 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, almost 4,500 yards passing. Not too bad of a season for the young quarterback. The question is, can he repeat that success against us, or can we try and add to that interception total? We got to expect Henry here on this first play. Yep, that's exactly what we get, and he slips by 1, 2, almost a third, but we bring him down after 7. We're going to go to the shotgun here. It looks like the rookie is in. Young throws it outside underneath the Hooper, who makes the catch and has the first down. Those underneath routes have been a problem all year, and they continue to get us here in this game already. 1st and 10 now. Another handoff. Henry, but we swarm in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 2. Excellent job up front. Fletcher Cox leading the charge, and it looked like Robinson and maybe White or Greenlaw came in to clean it up. Let's see here, 2nd and 12. They don't care. They're going right back to the ground, but we're ready for it again. Excellent play. They only get a yard out of it, and now we put them in a situation where we know they're going to have to pass it. Young, back, looking. He's heaving it deep down the field, and it's out of bounds, and we'll get the stop on 3rd. You know, Dylan Gilbert wasn't happy that he had so few interceptions in the new file, so we decided to go ahead and throw a bunch of them the last couple of weeks so we could catch that back up to where he was before the Madden crash. And now he's at 11 interceptions on the year, but overall, it's been a pretty good rookie year for him. And we're going to start things off at the 18 after the punt. Hand off to Pierce, and Pierce right away finds a big lane off the left side, and he's out to the 33 for a pickup of 15 yards. Let's see if we go right back to the ground. We do. It's another handoff, and Simmons makes an excellent play getting off the block by Walsh and forcing the minor pickup of 3 yards. And good thing, because there was a wide open lane behind him there. Another handoff. Pierce cuts it back, and he's got a crease up the middle. And another first down. 30 yards on 3 carries for Pierce to open things up. We find ourselves out near midfield already. Sweet has checked into the game. And we're going to throw it for the first time. And Gilbert gets hit as he throws, and it goes out of bounds. Pressure came quickly. Let's see if we stick with the air. We will. 2nd and 10. Gilbert again gets pressure, and it's thrown off kilter a second time. Titans sending the heat right away. 3rd and 10. We need something. Gilbert steps up, dumps it underneath the Poe, but Poe is not going to have enough for the first down. We are going to go for it on this 4th and very long, almost 4th and 2. We're going to hand it off to Sweet, and Sweet trying everything, but the Titans defense was there, and we'll end up turning it over on downs, giving the Titans the ball back at their own 45. risky call in the beginning that does not pay off. Handoff to Henry, and we once again rally to stop him after just a gain of 1. We're doing a really good job right now up front of not allowing those running lanes to open up and clogging them up. And now Young drops back under pressure. Robinson trying to track him down, and him and McManus team up for the sack. A defensive battle so far on the first few series of this game. 3rd and 23 now for the Titans. They got to have a big play here. Young taking a drop back. Once again getting tracked down, and he's going to go down a second time. Grenard and McManus both. 4th and 36. Obviously, we went for it on 4th and 1. Titans were not about to go for it on 4th and 36. So we get the ball back here at the 37. And Gilbert's going to start off in the air. And he's going to chuck this thing deep down the field looking for Slayton, and it's broken up. Nice job by the defender. I think that was Fulton on the play. It was a one-on-one matchup. Slayton could not come down with it, so now we go back to the air. Quick throw outside, caught this time by Slayton, and a first down. First completion of the day, or first catch of the day, I should say, for Slayton. It's a gain of 15. And now we're going to go to the ground game, and Sweet finds a nice crease. He's still going down to the 33. Just saw Sweet juke. I did give him an elusive upgrade on his last upgrade, which was right before this game. So I wonder if that sort of unlocks some more animations for him as Pierce barreling over defenders on his way to the 24. My gosh, the running game is looking nice right now. 2nd and 1. Empty backfield. Gilbert's going to run outside, and he's able to get outside. He's got plenty of room, and he is finally brought down at the 3, 21 yards as we continue to push the run game and find this success. Let's see if we can do it here when the Titans know we're running. 1st and goal from the 3. Handoff to Sweet, right up the middle, untouched, and we will score the first touchdown of this game. Young and company coming back out on offense. 3:23 to go in the first. First 2 drives could not have gone any worse. Even with the turnover on downs, our defense held strong, and this time they're going to go to the rookie. Devin White was having none of it. Another loss of 2. And aside from the first play of this game, the Titans have pretty much gone backwards on almost every play. Well, they have the 7-yard run and then I think it was like a 10-yard catch for Hooper. But those are the first 2 plays of the game, and since then, they've had a hard time even finding positive yards, as Henry able to get a few of those back, but now still 3rd and 9, another 3rd and long situation. And we're going to get pressure again. Young able to get rid of it, though, but we make the tackle. It's King, and we get another punt. Pierce closing in on 1,000 yards this season, which is nice to see. He's got 14 touchdowns. And so far today, him and Sweet both have been able to find success in the running that we've been doing. And we're going to start things off with another run. Sweet breaks off of 1, trying to get through traffic. And he'll find just a gain of 3. And now Pierce checks back in. And we're going to stick with the air, though. Gilbert throws it short right side, caught out of bounds. It appears to be Slayton once again. 8 catches, 76 yards last week, put him over 1,000 yards on the season. And Slayton has really turned up, along with Poe, these last few weeks for this passing game. And, that time, Titans do a good job. So far, we've been getting a really good balance between Sweet and Pierce. Right now, I'm seeing Sweet in more, so I might have to adjust the depth chart. Gilbert's got to run. And he is not going to get away from that. They had pressure from all angles and coverage in the flats. Nice job of the Titans, and they definitely need a big stop here if they want to get back in this game, because right now momentum is all on our side, and Gilbert's going to add to it with a run up the middle for the first down. They thought they had contain on the outside, but they just could not keep anybody home in the middle. And now a beautiful throw over the middle to Slayton. Nate Davis is hurt on the play. Swear to God, that right side of the line just loves getting hurt. Always one of those two. 1st and 10, handoff, and my gosh, I saw that one coming. That one was easy to see. As soon as that play was snapped, Houston was through that gap and just waiting for Sweet to take the handoff. Gilbert, quick throw to Walsh over the middle, stretching out and gets down to the 22, setting up 3rd and 1. We have the big 3 tight end set out there, but we're going to throw out of it. And Gilbert running out of there. He's going to get the first down, and he brought down to the 17. Another run for a first from Gilbert. 2 third downs so far in this drive, converted by his legs. As this time he's got to throw it quickly to Jordan. And Jordan gets out of bounds at the 12. Clock continues to run, though. 2nd and 5. Another drop back to the end zone, and it's intercepted. He was looking for Slayton, but Hooker jumps the route, and that was a really good play from Hooker. He baits him a little bit, and as soon as he lets that thing go, he just flies downfield and cuts off Slayton. You have to be able to see that if you're Gilbert, but at the same time, it is a good play. And that's going to give the Titans the ball, but now they're back at their own 2-yard line. Can we get ourselves a safety here? They're going to hand it off to the rookie, who takes it up to the 4-yard line, Acosta. And now the big man, Henry, checks back in. Got to expect him to run the ball here again. Ayuk in motion. They'll fake the end around, hand it off to Henry, and he is stood up after 2 as well. 3rd and 5. And now they're going to empty this thing out. 4 wide. Tight end split off to the right in the slot. Young under pressure, and he's going to get brought down, and it is a safety. Jonathan Grenard. We are having a field day against these tackles, and now it's going to lead us to our first safety. I think that's the first one this year, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let me tell you guys, the last quarter and a half, it seems like, or maybe just last quarter, I can't even remember when I stopped showing the game, has just been absolutely weird. We've had like 4 drives where we just couldn't do anything. Gilbert just throwing incompletions. The other quarterback just throwing incompletions. So I essentially just skipped it all since that safety that happened, because there really hasn't been anything since then. Neither offense has been able to move the ball much at all. Maybe a first down here and there, but usually by the 5th or 6th play of the drive, there's a punt happening or coming on the 6th or 7th play. We missed a field goal, but Titans obviously weren't able to capitalize on it, and now Gilbert finds a beautiful throw to Slayton, and he's had a really weird day. As you see there, 10 for 21, and a lot of that coming on the last 2 drives. I don't know if it was just because we were trying to force a score before halftime, but he was just lobbing this thing up, and not even to a receiver, like out of bounds, which was the weird part. And oh god, he just tried a 360 no scope. We've seen that go bad before. Luckily, that one hit the turf. 2nd and 10. Poe is in motion. Gilbert going to drop back. A big one. He gets hit immediately, but Pierce is still able to make the catch, and he'll get a few yards out of that play. I'm not sure if I showed the interception or not. That was one of the most promising drives, but an interception in the red zone. Oh my god, I almost spoke another one into existence. And here we're going to try another stupid long field goal. This one from 60. Perfect. This is what I wanted. Yep, he missed it. Very strange game so far today. We are still winning 9-0 though, so there is that. As Ayuk in motion, handed off to Henry, who is unable to get through that first line of defense. And you know, I think I may have said it already, but we have done a great job against Derrick Henry. Oh, wow, there was a good pass there. He waited for him to cross behind Greenlaw and then just floated up above his head, and Woods makes a great catch. And now the Titans, down to the 30, have a chance here to put points on the board. This is the first time I think they've even been in field goal range. Young, play action, fires it in. Oh, no. As soon as I gave him props, he throws an interception to Queen. And I'm happy for it, but man, Patrick Queen, the defensive pressure is really what caused that one. And just made the throw a little off target and right into the hands of Queen. And now we're going to come back out on offense, hand it off to Pierce, who will get just a few. 9 for 61. Love the way we opened up the drive, or the game. I'm sort of hoping we go back to that a little bit, because Pierce was running with purpose. Short throw, Walsh makes the catch, and he's out across the 45. And we're going to go to Sweet. Sweet trying to battle through, and he's only able to get a few. 9 for 30. Sweet had a couple of nice runs, but outside of those few nice runs, they've all been sort of like that or nothing, which has led his... Oh, there's a nice play by Pierce, who's able to get the first down after breaking free from the corner. But as I was stating, his average has been down because he gets stopped at the line a lot today. And we're going to go to Pierce, who also tries to force his way through, and he'll get 4 yards. So we've already ran the ball about 20 times today. Blitz coming, got to get rid of it. He does just in time. It's Pierce out of the backfield. And it's going to go for a pickup of a few, 3rd and 4. Empty backfield for it. Gilbert going to the end zone, and it's incomplete, looking for Slayton. And now we're going to try another one. This one is at least reasonable. This is 52, 53 yards. Does Lutz have it? He does. Finally, we get some more points, and we'll make this a 12-0 game. The Titans finally get on the board. It took 3 quarters, but they finally do it. 12-3. Gilbert looking short. He's got Walker out of bounds, gain of 4. And now this is where I'm hoping our run game can come back into play and of course work, as Jordan in motion to the left side, handoff to Sweet, and Sweet doesn't get anywhere. Landry saw that one coming, stays home, and makes the play, 3rd and 5. Gilbert under pressure, fires, and he throws an interception. He threw it too late. And now Tunsil is down. That's 2 linemen today that have gotten injured. Just a bad throw by Gilbert. You cannot throw an out route that late and expect the corner not to jump it. And now the Titans find a crease there to Burks. And Burks moves the chains down to the 23. Titans looking to really rally here in the 4th. Can this defense step up? Young back, looking for the big shot to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Stingley made the catch, but was not able to get his feet down to make it count for the interception. Now 2nd and 10. Split back formation. Ayuk is lined up in the backfield. They throw to him on the flare route, and Bonner there to make the stop. Big play in the backfield. Bonner doing his job. I really like the way Bonner has stepped up the last few weeks. I gave him a little flack in the last episode, but between last one and this one, I think he has really shown that he's getting there, you know? Short throw, and it's not going to work. Acosta brought down at the 25, and they're going to have to settle for another field goal. All right, here we go. After the 2nd interception of the day, Gilbert finds himself up by 6. Oh, man. Oh, Pierce breaks free. Wow, he only got 4 yards, but that was a big play there. That went from a negative 4 to a +4. So an 8-yard swing for us. That's big. And Pierce takes it again on 2nd down, powering forward for another, what is that, 4 yards? Yeah, another 4 yards. 3rd and 2. Do we stick with the ground on this one? No, we're going to go through the air. Gilbert rolling, fires outside. Walsh has it and out of bounds at the 42. Just a simple rollout. Walsh running outside. He gets the playoff on time this time. And we'll be able to move the chains. And now at 4:50 left, if we can put together 2 first downs, we could really just close this game out. Gilbert just can't do that. Come on. What are you doing? He threw that thing right to McCreary. He had inside leverage on Poe and an in-breaking route, and he throws it to him anyway. Just unnecessary throws right now from Gilbert, and now the Titans have another shot. We're giving them opportunities to get back in this game, as Henry just completely destroyed Fletcher Cox. I'm sorry, man, that looked bad. I want to apologize to Fletcher Cox for putting him into such a type of situation. I don't think it's right that Henry was able to manhandle him like that. 1st and 10. Young back, fires quickly over the middle, and it is caught. How come we can't be jumping these routes, huh? My gosh, we have a better receiving or corner core than they do. And they're not getting this thing, they're not having these kind of problems. I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm so flustered because of Gilbert just chucking this ball away to the defense right now. Another handoff to Henry, and wide open. My gosh, he looked like he was jogging, and yet still nobody touched him. Somehow this man went from 11 carries for 10 yards to 16 for 60 in the last quarter. This is not fair. Another swing pass to Ayuk. Oh, fumble, get it, we got it. There we go. Brandon Ayuk is getting just destroyed on those flare routes, and this time White comes over. Look at White just punching away at him. Just punch him like a, oh no, it's Grenard. Just beating the crap out of him. All right, so we get our third turnover now of the day. Now can Gilbert just stop giving the ball away? Short run for Pierce. I'm completely okay if we don't even throw the ball the rest of this game and just hand it off, because for whatever reason, Gilbert cannot be trusted. Quick handoff to Pierce, and Tennessee going to start calling their timeouts. They use their first, 3rd and 5, and even though I want us to just keep running it, we're going to throw it here. Gilbert, and he's taking a shot deep. Oh, and he gets it! Oh! Oh my God. Wow, what a finish to the game. Gilbert, even though I still don't agree with the decision, chucks it up for a 50-50 ball, and it works. It works. Wow. Like I said, I still don't agree with the call. I think it was a dumb decision because there was way too much that could have gone wrong there, but it works. Poe goes up and makes the play, and now Gilbert tries to do an RPO, which fails tremendously. And now we're back to 3rd and 7. Just run it, man. Just run the ball. There we go. I don't know where you're going, Pierce. You had a lane. Oh, these guys are driving me nuts, man. Oh, no, don't kick a field goal. Oh, please don't kick a field goal. Please do not kick a field goal. Please. Oh, my God. We're going to kick a field goal. Lutz has missed 2 of them already today. This one has got the leg, but it's off target again. And now, with 16 seconds and no timeouts, it's a long shot, but the Titans have one. And they're going for the Hail Mary immediately. Chucking this thing up. He's got the arm to get it to the end zone, and it is incomplete. 7 seconds remain, so we're going to get one more heave to the end zone. And as long as we can not give up something stupid here, we should walk out of here with the win. Young throws it short this time, and it's incomplete, and that is going to end the game. A weird one, a crazy one, but we end up getting the win in a weird 12-6 victory. And believe it or not, there was a touchdown scored in this game. Yes, it doesn't look like it, but there was. And we will move to 10-6 on the year and hopefully seal our fate as the division winners. Well, guys, we're on to week 18, and it looks like the Jaguars won last week as well, which unfortunately means that we can still lose this division. And we close out against the Bears at 6-10 in Chicago, I should say. And part of me would like to just go to the playoffs, but I also would hate to lose this game and have it knock us out of the playoffs just because I don't feel like watching yet another game from this season. But man, that's a tough one to consider. Basically what I'm getting from this is even if we lose this game against the Bears and the Jaguars win theirs, at the very least we would be 5th or 6th seed, because I think if there's any team that can pass us, it would be the Browns potentially. And even if it's not the Browns, it could be the Chiefs. But even if both of those teams pass us, we're still in the playoffs, even at the 7th seed. So I'm not concerned with us missing the playoffs by any means. So because of that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and sim this week, and we'll just get to the playoffs for the next video. All right. Wow. How fitting is this matchup right now? So we end up winning the game against the Bears, keeping our AFC South crown. And now our wild card matchup is going to be against the only team that we lost to in our division, and that is the Jacksonville Jaguars. But this time they're coming to Houston for the wild card matchup. How fitting for our first playoff game. Wow. All right. So before we close this video out, let's just take a look here. We have a couple of upgrades to make. Oh, wow. Quite a few upgrades, it looks like. So we have Leo Walsh, and we're just going to continue to do a difference between vertical threat and the possession upgrades, because that's just the ones I like to do. And we didn't get much for receiving, but got a lot for blocking. I really hate that, man. I really wish there was a upgrade you could do for tight ends that did nothing with the blocking. I don't care about run blocking and all this. Just give us the stuff for the receiving. Dylan Gilbert gets an upgrade. There we go. We're gonna have to stick with Scrambler, I think, here, because that's been like really the only thing that's been, you know, a winner for us has been a Scrambler. And I don't want to change anything going into the playoffs. We get 1 to speed. Okay. Kasim Branch getting 1 as well. I like to see that. We're going to do pass protection because we definitely want him to be up on his pass pro. And he'll get pass block power 2 there. That's awesome. Jason Dahl getting 1. That's good to see. And we're going to go slot for him. And then last but not least is Larry Whitney. We're going to go pass protection for him too. He gets some good pass block. There we go. Okay. So Tunsil ended up returning last week, and Nate Davis, though, is still out. He is going to be missed until at least the championship game if we make it there. So unfortunately, that is what it is. I think Solomon Kinley is going to be the one who has been playing for him, and he'll stay that way because he's a 74 overall. But yeah, Nate Davis is out. And then let's take a look at this final playoff bracket. So here in the AFC, we have the Bills at the number 1, the Bengals at 2. We moved up to the 3 seed. The Raiders fall to the 4 seed. The Browns still at 5. The Jags fall to 6. And the Dolphins falling to the 7th. Well, actually, no, they were the 7th seed the last time. So it looks like the Jags and Browns pretty much just swap places. And then over here on the NFC side, the Washington Commanders are the number 1 seed, followed by the Buccaneers, the 49ers, the Packers, the Cowboys, the Panthers, and the Seahawks. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys in this video. Still a weird way to start off our playoff journey. This is going to be the first playoff game we have, and we're going to take it on our division rival for the rights to move on to the divisional game, so it should be a great matchup. But of course, that is going to be coming on the next episode. For this one, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like, hit that sub button if you like what you're seeing, and if you've not already, and hit that bell notification so you know when I upload some more Houston Texans content. And I'll see you guys next time.